This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
So hello guys, welcome back to the second season of HACKCAST, and after a long time we are gonna starting this podcast series again. And today we are having the first episode of the second season, and we are doing it with Avinash Sudheer. So let's get into it. But before going to the video, we are having few announcements here. We are having source code review for pen testers and developers, and also we are having one more training, VAPT security. So you can take a look on both of them. The first one that we have as of this is Master Course for Bug Bounty Hunters. It's a complete 50-day course which will be including a lot of content, including all hands-on and live and practical content. You can take a look on all the contents here. Apart from this, we are also having one more course which is having only 2 seats left, which is JavaScript or JS code review for bug bounty hunters. You can take a look on all the contents here. So apart from all these two, we are having website security based trainings on it, which will be including solidity fundamentals, blockchain fundamentals, to all the way all the security issues provided or we can find in that particular smart contracts or the blockchain area. So you can take a look on all the web applications, all the resources. So you can take a look on all the resources, all the contents in the description. So make sure you take a look on all of them. And let's get into the video. So hello everyone, here we are with one more podcast. Today we are having Avinash with us, and he will be introducing himself so he can introduce himself better. He has a lot of achievements, so I don't know how to put all of them in a single line. And we are in the second season of Hackcast. It's been a long. We have made some exact videos on this topic, but yep, now I'll be making them regularly, or we can just say we will be trying to make them regularly. But yeah, so Avinash, you can carry on, or you can start up.
Hi, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for having me here. Hi guys, my name is Avinash. I usually go by the handle Nash on pretty much all the social media and bug bounty platforms, be it HackerOne, Bugcrowd, Integrity, Yes We Hack, whatever. It's Nash. Uh, I've been almost doing bug bounties or like been into security for almost like 5+
Mm-hmm.
years. But then it was at the beginning it was a very on and off thing which I picked up on as a hobby. But then from the past 2 years or so, I have been doing it full time. Before that, I was a security engineer and a pen tester at a Indian based cybersecurity company. So yeah, most of my growth and learning or like exponential growth happened. I spent almost 2.5 years. If anybody know their I used to be a security analyst over there as well. If by any chance I've pissed quite a few people off by being a triager, I mean,
It's my job.
it was, yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry. So yeah, so currently I'm just doing bug bounties full time and doing pen tests for HackerOne.
And that's a cool thing. Doing my test for HackerOne.
Yeah.
Good. All
Yeah.
right. All right. So I would like to start off with the thing, like you have a lot of things to just say here and there. So I would like to start, like you have started your journey as a pen tester, right? Initially, and you just tried to pick a hobby, which is bug bounty hunting and all these things. So how much experience do you hold till now, like completely cybersecurity domain?
5+ to be very honest. I picked up I got into cybersecurity in the second or third year of my college because I was failing miserably and I
Oh,
wanted a quick, rich scheme or like quick money making scheme.
all
And
right.
I came across one of the blogs by Buckrowd where they just had a list of all the external programs like Ola, Yandex, and a couple of more companies who usually pay. But at that time, I did not know what Buckrowd was or what HackerOne or Integrity did per se. Yeah, and but then yeah, I ended up making accounts on Buckrowd, HackerOne. On HackerOne, I ended up I submitted a lot of NAs, A few of the companies were kind of generous and they ended up marking it as informative. But then a lot of companies just marked it as either spam or not applicable. And I was literally in negative signal. But yeah, uh, from that to having a positive signal with some reputation points.
Remarkable.
Yeah, I think in the span of 5 years, yeah, it's
That's a
okay.
great thing. That's really a good day. So
Yeah,
I can just see the comments incoming like relatable, relatable, the informative and all these things, but still, it's a
right,
part of
yeah.
the process. What are your opinions on it? It's gonna be there, right, in the end.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think now HackerOne is a bit more, like even the companies want people to just look on their assets. So by default, they tend to mark reports as informative so that people don't lose points and they don't get discouraged. But then at least 5, 6 years ago, companies was just like spam, NA,
Okay,
spam.
so speaking as a trader, you can just simply say sometimes it's just informative, so don't lose the point or what. Like informative markings, like see, I would like to ask a very clear question here. Like a lot of people are asking, okay, it was a high severity bug, why it is not, or why it is, some sort of you can say why it is informative because of the impact reasons or what.
I mean, so most of at the start, when anybody's starting into cybersecurity, people think that they know their shit. Like they are right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, the person in the front or the other side of the screen, they don't know anything about it. Like, if I'm submitting, missing SPF records or in like session fixation, that's the most critical thing ever a company has gotten. But then, like that's
P1.
yeah, that's something I would include in a pen test and not in bug bounty. But then, yeah, when you're
Kind of
starting off, you don't know any better.
completely agree to it because see, it's always like okay, they know the bugs, but they don't know exploiting functionalities, and that's where the
Right. I
exact catch
mean,
comes.
right. At the end of the day, like if you're able to answer the question, which is, like
And to
how
be honest, I certainly agree to this. So see, as a trainer, if I'm telling them how to exploit a function, they are like, in the end, like after 100 minutes of teaching, they'll ask like, okay, what is this bug called? Bro, you did a account takeover, you can't figure this shit out, and you're telling me, what is this bug? I
yeah,
agree to that. Okay, if you don't know these things, I'm ready to explain. But if you don't want to focus on how they're exploiting of a functions, how to impact the company or how to give impact to the company
right,
with their user base, with their culture, with their flow, then there is nothing which is gonna be helping you, right? And I have seen I will be starting the class with 45 students, and by the end of it, 15 will be leaving because they can't understand what the shit is going on. They just know that okay, this is a parameter, this is the bug, this is the GF tool, and that's the nuclear. Fuck this shit. It's not
that's
gonna
true.
work like that, right? You also know that.
Yeah, that's true. One of the really good examples of it is I think one of my LinkedIn reports is publicly disclosed in HackerOne, and the video POC, someone downloaded that video POC and uploaded it on their YouTube channel with music and shit. And
Okay,
then the
the
comment
copyright free music, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And the comment section of that particular video is just people are just not understanding. It's like a basic privilege escalation, but then people are getting it confused with session fixation. Like, yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. Like,
Session
it's
fixation
really
and
fun.
privilege escalation. Okay,
Yeah,
they rhymes a little bit, but we are not rapper in the end, right?
yeah,
So that's the thing. Because yeah, I certainly agree to it. Because not knowing basics and directly jumping onto things by doing something, okay, we can track this thing. No, it's not gonna
mm,
work like that. You can just keep going with your hacking Instagram handles. I'm happy
true.
with that. But just don't tag bug bounty hunting into their profiles. And still, if you think we are bitching, we are sorry for it. But no, we are not sorry for it. Okay, we are sorry for not being sorry on it. So yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so that's the thing. Now, initially, as you have said that you are also worked as like you can just say like you can include these bugs into pen test, not into bug bounty. So what's the thin line separating them?
and okay, so in
What is the
pentest,
mentality you hold while writing the impact for your reports?
in pentest, you report everything, even if
Yes,
like yeah, even
missing
if
headers P1 there. Yeah,
no, not P1. That's PA. Like that is.
got it,
I mean,
got it.
not P1. It comes under best security practices, but you
Yep.
do tell the company that hey, it's better if you have this because so and so, or it helps mitigate so and so. But then in bug bounty, it's purely impact. If you're able to show that attacker can do this, because of which this can happen to the victim. And if you're the first one to submit it, yeah,
Yep.
like the company will acknowledge and pay you.
Yeah, that's kind of simple. That understanding impact from their side is very good instead of you assuming their impact.
Right. I mean, for that, to be honest, the company has to be transparent with it as well, and
Agreed with
that
that.
takes yeah, and that takes a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, yeah, that's a kind of a deep thing because most of the sites companies will be like, it's informative. Why? They don't know. Why it is not impactful to them? They don't want to tell. Now
Yeah.
there is a recent company. I'll just share you case today morning. So I'm not doing bug
Okay.
bounties anymore, but sometimes I do when I have free time. So I'll be doing kind of just contracts. We just talked earlier about it, right? So on that note, I just reported a bug like 7 days ago. I got a response from them. Okay, we are assessing the bug very deeply. We will be get back to you within few days. I said, okay, take
Okay.
your time. I'm happy to it. So I did a recon very strategically. They are saying, oh, AIS, all in scope, right? So a company owns another company, that company is another company, and that company is having partnership with someone else, and then they acquired it. So
Oh,
indirectly,
okay.
they own every shit. After
Right.
hunting some good bugs, they told me that okay, your bug is valid, we agree to it, but the company you hunted on, the sub acquisition of our company, is kind of a
Yeah.
depreciating asset to us and we are not paying reward for it. I said, then why the fuck it is in the policy? Just mark it out.
Yeah,
I
that's
hate
true.
this kind of transparency. I just said, you deserve to be getting a data leak, right? So this is what I
Hmm.
think. If you can't patch a bug,
Right.
it's alright. If you can't reward it, it's alright. But at least
Yeah.
make, like policy is great. Anyone
Yeah,
ask me
keep
how
it
to choose a target, I
consistent.
just say one thing, have a look on the policy, then take a look on the scope. Scope can be, like you can play with scope, you also know that. You can hunt on out of scope
Yeah.
and make impact to in scope domains, that's also a good digits. But
Yeah.
having a bad policy won't help you.
That's true. I mean, if the company just points it out at the very beginning in the policy, I mean programs policy itself, it just saves a lot of time and energy from researchers end as well. Because then the researcher won't have this expectation, oh, like by the end of so and so weeks, I'll get the money. But then you just end up getting a mail saying that blah blah blah, we're
Which
sorry.
is having the Windows shutdown
This
sound,
so yeah, I mean whatever it is, whatever excuse. I mean, I've heard so many excuses. Internal dupe. We already know this issue.
One of the most funny one I had is like, I just asked for any update and they said, okay, I will just check up on the security engineer and we'll get back to you. I said,
Okay.
do it and then tell me.
Yeah. I mean, that's okay. I
Yeah,
think they just wanted to be as they just wanted to reply back to you right away and
yeah.
then get back to you,
I
which
just
is
although mailed them at 6 p.m. So, you know,
yeah.
that's the thing. But apart from that, having a good impact bugs and all these things, what do you think about uh, having a basic understanding of web applications? Like, what are the prerequisites? Or if I ask entirely, how should a person or what bad practices should we follow to get into bug bounties?
Right now, to be honest, it's kind of easier. Actually, no, I'll take that back.
Okay.
You need a different skill set altogether to learn bug bounties now, because 5 6 years ago there was scarcity of resources.
Yeah.
So like following up on a blog and then practicing the techniques that was written in the blog in a playground manner, or like coming across a very similar vulnerability just so that you can understand how it works was kind of difficult. But right now, with Portswiggers, Web Labs, and a lot of other playgrounds like Hack the
Mm-hmm.
Box, you can just come. I mean, you can just spin a machine up and then try things out by yourself, which helps you understand or give you a top level understanding of how web vulnerabilities can be exploited. So right now, the skill that you need is to skim the amount of information that is there, because there is overload of information than
Agreed.
how it was 5 6 years ago.
So, what if I ask, like, okay, on that time there was a scarcity of resources, but still a good scope. But these days there's too much resources, but high
Yeah.
competition. What do you think? Do you agree or not?
No, not really. I mean, uh, if you're looking at
P4s.
the place, I mean,
Yes,
yeah,
I got
before and
got it.
yeah, yeah. But then if you're looking at the same asset where everybody is looking at, there is a very good chance of you getting a duplicate. But then either you do a research and then you come across this noble technique that only you know about. Uh, then yeah, of course there won't be any duplicates. Then you will get the money that you deserve. But or else if you are the first one to get access to an asset that nobody has, again that's free easy money. So yeah.
It's free money kind of, but yeah, I agree to that. That having an impactful, having a, like competition in such places, but there are also places where there is no competition. If I talk about
Mhm.
responsible disclosures only, then yes, a lot of people are there. But if you just do very deep docking, there is still a way to find programs for GitHub. Not a lot of people are doing that, right? There is everyone is going into web pen testing. I'll say there's also other scopes like go to code reviews, right?
Right. Yeah.
Great part. Recently, one of my friend got like $2K for just analyzing a simple thing, which was memory overload.
Was it on, what was it on? 2K, who pays 2K? GitHub?
No, it was not on GitHub. It was on another platform. We'll share your report off screen. God is recently reported. I still
Okay.
have it.
Okay.
Okay. So it was on Rust language. Go or Rust, something like that. I don't
Uh,
remember anymore. But yeah,
yeah.
that was the main production environment. Not actually main production environment. That was their environment, or it's kind of, you can say, pre-launch product type.
Right.
So it was kind of good. So it's like, if you explore more deep topics, then there's still a lot of scope. And even though
That's
you
true.
do something like, which is very common or which is an ongoing process, like, yeah, you can still go to very hunted programs or very crowded programs, like let's say Walmart. We all know
Oh
Walmart.
yeah.
We can go to FIS. Everyone
Yeah.
say it's a big program. Everyone is hunting on that. But what if they are
Right.
having 2000 assets? Every 2000 assets is having
That's true.
their different programs. Would you still hunt on
Yeah.
them? So it
Yeah.
depends how we approach on them, right? And one
That's
more
true.
thing,
Yeah.
how much the word confidence matters in bug bounty.
Uh, in what sense? In what
Like,
sense do
let
you
me
mean?
share a scenario. I was also confused like you when it got asked to me. So I asked for a
Okay.
deep scenario. Like, okay, they'll be like, how confident you are on skills. I said, what do you mean?
Oh, okay.
Or
Right.
how do you gain confidence on your skills? I have seen a lot of people who know hell lot of shit, right? But they can't hunt on a program because they think, okay, it's not our league, it's out of our league. So what do you
Yeah.
think? Based, how can we gain confident, or how can we be confident when it comes to hunting on a program? I
I
usually
mean,
suggest just go and hunt on Hall of Fames. You will figure out how to find bugs, then go to
right.
report some disclosures, then go to platforms.
That's true. Yeah, that's one way of doing it. Just report it to any of the companies. Doesn't matter if they pay or not. I mean, I'm kind of against free bugs, but then if it's just for practice purposes, then I guess it's okay. But like once you get a hang of it, it's much better if you do it on bug bounty programs rather than VDPs. But yeah, that's one way to gain confidence when it comes to skills because you like, get some level of validation from the program side because they validate and say that, oh, like this is a legit bug. We will accept it or whatever. They'll at least give you a
Hmm.
like explanation why this is not an issue and how you can correct it. That is one way. The second way is if you're lucky enough, you end up getting a mentor. Because if you have a
Agreed.
mentor, then you can just run it through by them, and they'll just help you understand if this particular scenario or test case that you're looking at is a bug or not.
I'll completely agree to that because that's a crucial part. You know, there are skilled peoples, and it's not only about social media, about all these things. But yeah, there are multiple reasons people are losing hope into, just trying bug bounties, gaining good skills, and then just dropping it off and doing their own other shows.
Right.
Because of, breaking out at the edge, it's kind of still a issue.
Yeah.
And what do you think? There's a thing I heard recently. So there's only competition when it comes to P2, P3s, but not on the high end, so not on the logical bugs. What do you say?
That's true. For example, if I have to give you an example, just either take Rainer or Martin, who's from Israel, or Alex Chapman. All these
Yes,
people have
Malok. There are
niche.
multiple peoples. Yes,
They have niche. Malik, yeah, even Malik is. I met that guy
yes.
in Scotland. Yeah, Malik, Martin, and then Rainer Rated, Justin. All three of them are really good with post message or like client side issues, which not a lot of people are looking at, to be very honest. And it's if you understand how JS works or JavaScript works, how the quirks of JavaScript, I mean, how it works in general, it can be a treasure trove for you
Yeah.
because again, it's a niche.
You
Yeah.
know, I have a very, very good thing. So I just trained you how many sprints I trained and all these things earlier behind the scenes. On the same end, I have a thing. I recently launched like 5 days ago. It was like I have launched source code review for bug bounty hunters, right?
Okay.
I just marked it, let's say only 5 seats, and then I can increase it if I want to, right?
Right.
I just marked it source code for bug bounty hunters. So it was like 30 day of theory, 30 day of live practice on real life applications or real life products, right?
Mm. Right.
Guess what? If I post the same thing for web bug bounties, for business logic, recorded lectures, there is like 50-55 enrollments. And how much I got for source code review? No one wants to learn JavaScript, man.
That's true. I
They just
mean,
want to learn the HTML payloads. It works like that. They just want to understand how to make payloads. It's not gonna be working like that in the end. If I ask you how you got one of your craziest bounty or one of your most remarkable bugs collection, right? You might be saying that okay, if I had a good observation with languages, all these things that helped you a lot,
right.
right? In my case, I have done very good discoveries into bugs, like getting very very weird things and turning them into very good severities. So it all takes is like the basic architecture understanding, the deployment structure, the implementations, the integration processes, and along with all these four things, one more thing was there, which is the core concept of a language
Right.
and having
Right.
understanding of documentation. Would you what do you think? Do you suggest documentation reading is important or what?
Oh yes. I mean, if you're targeting really big companies, I'll just take example of GitHub. And if you're a person who absolutely does not have any idea of GitHub or Git in general, the best way to get yourself familiarized with is either by going through the documentation because it gives you a very clear cut idea of how things work,
Yep.
especially when you use the APIs and shit. And also the thing is, another thing, GitHub is one of those company which will update their documentation because a lot of times, I'm not going to take names of companies, but then they don't update their documentation. So like in the documentation, it clearly says that this particular API is not supposed to do this, but then they do this. I mean, it just ends up doing it. But then when you report it, the team is like, yeah, the documentation is not updated. So yeah,
So
it's
why you
important.
tried? Why are you having a bug bounty program? Do you have a 404.html? Put it
No,
on there.
no, the company that I'm talking about is a Fortune 500 company. They pay almost 25K on HackerOne. It's a big company, but I don't know why they do not update their
Big
documentation.
company with reputation, they can sometimes risk it all, you know.
Yeah,
That's a cool thing. So yeah,
yeah,
like having a core concept of things and also having a clear policy can make the world easier. But I think let the world, it's very good in the complicated places because those who have skills they are doing it. Those who are in laziness they are not doing it. So I'll
right.
just say cut this shit out. It's already on a good place. But yeah, there's always room for improvement, right? Either if it's a bug bounty platform, whatever is it, there is gonna be a thing. And one more thing, I would like your opinion on a stereotype. Okay,
Okay.
if it's a big company, there is no bugs.
Oh, see, if this big
I
company is
I am
Yahoo,
already disagreed to it, so you can just
uh,
justify it
yeah, yeah. No, see,
till
I'll
the
tell you,
end.
if this big company is Yahoo, I really don't know. I've struggled with Yahoo. I don't know what the security team, the paranoids, their security team. I don't know what they're doing right, but I'm just struggling to find bugs on Yahoo. But then, like coming to the like in a much more general sense, yeah, I don't agree with that at all. Because every person has a different perspective. They have their own niche. They're gonna look at the application in a different way. Like for example, if I tell you my targets, of example, the Adobe target that we were talking about, you'll probably find something different than what I did because you'll have a different perspective, a different lens to look at. So yeah, uh,
Well, if we
no matter
have,
how mature a company is, you will find bugs.
yeah, like
Yeah.
there is a very big, what do you say, that big hype of a certificate. You know that already, right? So
All
it's
right.
already going on. Everyone is like, okay, we can't find bugs on NASA because you have something in your mind that you can't find it. In
Hmm.
my case, and see, I also teach one-on-one students, right? So we six of us are there. All of them did a single thing.
Okay.
I'm kind of good with reconnaissance and post exploitation. I just like the mid part. I need to still work on it. So I was teaching recon till end of it. So I was just doing it. We had plenty of dash leaks, plenty of dash leaks. I have multiple leaks. I had multiple leaks. We reported each of them. All of them got tried. It's not like we haven't tried something which is very basic. Or it's not like we have done something very specific. It was all about docking. And how I docked, it was a public site that you can get from Twitter to do docking.
Oh, okay.
So it was my luck. I can agree to it. But it was luck for six people. I don't think that's gonna be working like that.
Right. Yeah.
Right, so there is also a thing that if you do it properly, there is also room for improvement. If you
That's
do
true.
it with passion or with forgetting, okay, it's that company. Sometimes you have to like, okay, I'm the researcher, that's the company, their work is to develop, my work is to test. Then do test like that. If you
Hmm.
have worked, like you have also worked into pen test and external contracts, so when you get it, you do simple things, very
Yeah.
simple things, and you make report of 98 pages,
That's.
sometimes
I mean, yeah, the
very
pen
more
test
pages,
have
right?
to include
So
everything,
it's
right?
all about how you make reports, how you deeply dive into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to be honest, people looking for corporate testing is very easy. Yes and no both, because in white box it's kind of getting brain fucked on that part.
Right.
Okay. When it comes
Yeah.
to black box, you are thinking like a hacker, but when it comes to white box, you are having a tie around your neck. If you do, or if you pass the limits slightly, the tie is gonna be
Yeah.
pulled off.
Right.
Right? So it works like that. So on
Yeah.
both note, it's, I will say, good on both sides. Right? Black box is also good, white box is also good. If
That's
it
true. I
is,
mean, to be honest, I'm more on the gray area. I mean, yeah, a mix and match of both. It's best when you have the source code and you can also test the application out from like black hats or like sorry not black hat black box
yeah.
perspective. So yeah, it just gives you a very better insight of how an API is being handled on the inside
Yeah,
when it
even though you might be also getting contact based on the black box or gray box testing, right? Like okay,
right.
you will also get the internal portals along with the company I just showed you, right? Before this thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, just I just ask for one thing, give me your internal portals, which is only for business customers and client can interact via them. And
Right.
I'll take a look on the black box area too.
Hmm.
Right? So it works like that. We can
But
create
did they agree to it?
absolutely great impact on it.
Did they agree to it?
I told you the exact result, right?
Okay.
But
All right.
other,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
three of their competitor agreed to it.
Okay. Got it.
Some might be going on vacation, right? So that's a simple thing. It's all
Hmm.
about hunting with a perspective of how you are gonna approach. I'll
Right.
also say, or it's just an open thing to everyone. Follow checklist. Don't make
Yeah.
the checklist your own. Make your own
That's true.
checklist.
Yeah.
My checklist is not gonna work for anyone else. This
Yeah.
is how it
True.
works. Your
Yeah.
checklist is neither gonna work for anyone. You can get ideas from it. You can get, or you can start a journey with that process, but you can't help that process every time. Because if you are asking me what's my checklist now and after a month, it is having
It'll be
significant
different.
difference on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Yeah. No, I
So
agree. Yeah.
we have talked about Adobe. So let's just, I just want to hear the blog from you. Like, how was the Adobe target?
So the thing was, I think Adobe's VIP program was relatively new at that point. Not
Yeah,
entirely sure when it.
23, right? 23 June, July, something like that.
No, it actually it launched on August 2021, almost 2 years.
I
But then I
had the
think yeah,
program on June month. I got it from one of my friend, right? But I never got
June as
time
in
to
like
hunt
this
on
year,
it. July 23.
this year June.
23.
20. Oh, okay.
We're in
Yeah.
24, right?
But
Okay.
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Um, but then yeah, back in 23, I was just looking for programs to hunt on because
Man, that's a frustration.
I had
To be honest, looking for a program is like, you don't want to go for responsible disclosures either, right?
yeah,
Sometimes.
that's
I don't want
and
$50 for my accesses. That works like that.
right. No, I agree with you. So the thing was, I had resigned back in Feb, and I think for the next one, I was on a break for almost a month,
I
and then
recently
thereafter I
resigned
was
like
just
8 months ago. No, 6 months ago, I resigned. I was a senior
oh okay,
security analyst.
right. Was it good? Was the pay good? Was the work experience good?
Work experience was quite good. I just ordered people. That was the enjoyable part of it. But it's I also have to review things, right? And then I
Right.
just had to drop it off because it was getting boring. Like I'm just doing the same shit every day, every day. So what's the point of it?
Yeah. No, but then yeah, I had resigned back in Feb, and then I was on break for almost a month, and then next couple of months I was just experimenting with a lot of programs,
Mm-hmm.
Airbnb, and a couple of more programs.
How's your experience in
Uh,
Airbnb?
Airbnb's team is really good.
I loved the
I
file
think.
uploads.
Sorry, come again.
I loved the file uploads
What do you mean?
in Airbnb. While hunting on it,
Uh,
I was kind of
we-
testing them more, but not on the
okay.
public side.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
That was a great
I
thing.
just, yeah, I get that. Yeah, I think as far as I know, they use AWS services itself. So
Yep.
I'm pretty sure most of the file uploads that you did were directly going through an
I
S3
was
bucket.
not going on the main domain, just tried to look on the acquisition and then went into somewhere to do
Oh,
some
okay.
client side shit. So in the end, it didn't work well. But still had few
Right.
things to get dollars. So it works like that. But still,
Got it.
Airbnb was good. I had good experience with Uber, right?
Oh, okay.
I had
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of
One of the
credential
companies
links.
I did experiment
The
with
bad
was Uber.
experience I hold are always the banking companies.
Oh, okay. Why? Why
Even
though?
though my own bank account, like it's 8:43 at 10 p.m. every day, one of my bank account is always freeze. After 10 p.m., you can't make a payment on that.
Why?
So I
Why
used
does
to
it?
carry few accounts.
Why does this sound like SBI? Do bleep this in the
I
edit,
know.
please. Yeah. Why does this sound like SBI?
It's every time like, yeah, I know SBI. It's very great bank. If they want to, they won't let you pay. It works like that. I also
Yeah.
have it, so. Anyway, so
Right.
we were on that part of Adobe. We're getting out of point.
No. So yeah, that's what I was saying. I was experimenting with a bunch of programs, and then I think Adobe had just put out a public blog post saying that if anybody wants to be a part of the VIP program, just mail us on
Yeah,
this
I
particular.
know.
Yeah, so I ended up mailing them, and then I did not hear from them for almost a month or so, and then I reached out to them again, and then I think a day or two later they invited me, and then I was like, okay, you know what, I'll just quickly go through whatever they have, and I was majorly so you have the VIP program as well, right?
What?
You have the Adobe's
It is really having a
VIP.
good scope, not gonna lie.
That's
Not
true.
very
That's true.
concise. It's not concise like the public ones. Apart from
Yeah,
public, I'll say it's not concise like the public programs. They are
yeah,
like specifying every fucking shit endpoint there.
yeah.
That's the part
But
I was fascinated about it.
that's true, but then they also have it divided into two tiers, tier one and tier
Yes.
two. Yeah, but I was majorly, interested in tier one
What
assets
month you
because
have hinted on it?
this was last year, July, June, July.
Oh, so you're my competition. You're giving me duplicates. Got it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah. So yeah, I was predominantly more interested in tier one assets because they just yielded more
They just pay more.
boundaries. Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, and then they have very limited tier one assets as compared to tier two
Yeah.
assets. So,
Tier 2 was full of things. Tier 1
yeah,
was very concise but very specific on that note.
yeah. So the first thing I did was one of the assets that was also mentioned in my blog post was Workfront, which was an acquisition by Adobe almost, I think, 3 4 years ago. And yeah, it did not have open sign up, so nobody could create an account as such. So you
Yeah.
would have to, like reach out to the team and ask for credentials. And that's exactly what I did because, like the more hurdles they are to get you access to a particular asset, the less likelihood of like it being tested. So, and that was exactly what it was. Tirtha and I sat on, like, we started hunting on Adobe as in like Workfront in specific. And I'm not entirely sure how much bugs we submitted, but yeah, within a month we submitted somewhere around 50K plus like bugs, bounties worth of bugs worth.
Money.
I'm not saying English.
Just money.
Yeah, just money basically. Yeah, yeah, bugs worth 50K plus. Yeah, that's what I
You
meant. Yeah,
forgot your own title, man.
yeah, yeah.
Also, so that
But,
was like what approach did you had on it?
I mean, it was just one application, right? So the entire point was okay. So I think, yeah, this was mentioned in my blog post as well. Uh, the Workfront that you look at right now is the polished, brand new revamped UI Workfront. But then a year ago, when we had started hunting, there was a section in the like web application which was very old, very like legacy code, and that was the one that was vulnerable to multiple XSS CSRFs and then privilege escalations and everything. Right now, you can't really access any of those APIs because the team completely they just took that entire product down. They were like, okay, too many bugs. We lost a lot of money over here. We'll just
We
decapitate
haven't
this and
we haven't invested this much in building them.
yeah. So they took that entire module down and paid for all of the bugs. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then rest we were pretty much checking out all the APIs, going through the JS file. Like looking for APIs which is not readily available or like cannot be was not able we weren't able to invoke it from the UI itself. But looking at the JS file, we are like, oh, this API is also there. So like, let's try playing around with it. Let's try to guess the parameters or whatever it needs, and see if it's vulnerable to something specific.
Got it. So it was always
Mm.
about observation, as I just said.
Yeah, pretty much because it's just one application, right? So we just went haywire on it. We just like one target for a
Hmm.
month.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I also seen people like, okay, let's do a thing. The goal of this one is X amount.
Mhm.
Let's hunt on it.
Yeah, I mean, so it actually started with I wanted to do a I think it was like 100K in 2 months kind of a challenge. And I had reached out to Daniel. Daniel is Adobe's program manager. I had reached out to him, and he was also excited about the blog post because I had kind of pitched it out to him, saying that we're doing so and so challenge. So like, is will Adobe be okay with me? Like talking about the bugs and everything. And he was like, yeah, sure, why not? It's just that just send us a draft copy before you publish it. And if everything is okay, we'll give you the approval.
You got the approval.
Yeah, we
In the
did
end, they
get the
have to,
approval. We got-
or else you might do RC. So they are still having a kind of fear of it, but still, JS Recon made some good money, right? I still say JS
Yeah,
Recon is really gonna be making some good money because the last time I was in some sort of meet, no, I was hunting in office. So I recently bought office. I was hunting in office. Then was doing some things. Somehow I found a JS file quite
okay,
good. I usually open JS file like okay, right click, open to the new tab, and just take a look on it. There was only it was some txt file link
okay,
in there double slash. I just said what is this txt? Why the hell there's a txt file in this? If it's a readme.txt, I might have not taken a look on it. It was some
right.
gibberish.txt, so I just said let's open it. It was having more than 5,000 credentials,
Oh, shit.
and all of them were ending with
Damn.
@company.com. I said, yeah, let's do it. Like, no, it is not like their own company, the target.com, their clients.
The customers, yeah, the clients, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And without, and right, before reporting, what we have to do, we just have to open them, right?
Right,
To not
of
to
course.
verify, just take a look what they provide, right? So
Yeah,
after after running for a bit, after logging into 10 to 12 accounts, I just saw that oh nice, they're having a good functionality in the portal. So after reporting it, I asked like when they responded me in a day, I asked like, okay, apart from the reward, I would like to also have your internal portal.
right.
So yeah, somehow I got it, and now it is working with almost 43 reports. So let's see
Oh,
how can I work with that.
wait, is it again on a external program or a program to hack one or background?
Not a program. I was casually looking for few companies to have idea about some product I'm building.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
So apart from that, I just took a look on it, and they were having a responsible disclosure. They closed it in 22 ending.
Oh, okay. They closed the program in itself.
Yeah, they discontinued the program.
Right.
I don't know why, but yeah, whatever they did, it's good, man. In the end, I got
Yeah.
rewarded. I don't care, right?
Right, that's
After
that's good
receiving
to hear.
bounty, it's always like, okay, I got it. Now I don't care how you have to fix it. Do fix it as you
Right.
want.
That's true. I mean,
And I
from
al-
a
and the best
side, of
part about
course,
Hacker on I love is the retesting part. Man, that's a
that
great thing.
is, yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think integrity does it too. But then,
Yes. Integrity is
I
very
don't,
fair with also beginners, to be honest. If you
yeah,
get a duplicate but it's a good bug, you will still get points.
that's. Oh, okay.
On
It's
few
been a really
programs,
long
on very few programs. I had this on
time.
Red Bull. I reported 12 reports, and yeah, after a bit of time, I got few trashed and few,
Did you
in
get
the
the?
duplicates, but they still gave me points for it. So I don't know, it's me or what, but yeah, they give points.
But did you get the tray? The tray of cans?
Yeah, Now
Uh,
I'm having a bit of issue with energy drinks. I'm only on organic things these days.
okay.
So yeah, it works like that.
Yeah.
So apart from it, Adobe went good, right? What are the main targets we had? Like you recently got 76K, right? With in collaboration with someone or it was someone
Yeah,
else?
I work with Tirtha on this. Tirtha is what's his username? I keep forgetting. Uh, One second, let me just open this profile up. Hmm, Tirtha, yeah. Check your chat once.
I'll just pin that particular profile. Will that work in the particular? Okay, I'll also mention your LinkedIn and all these things in the description. So if anyone
Yeah,
wants to contact you,
that's fine. Yeah, yeah,
okay, if
that would.
anyone wants to contact you or you just want to increase your followers, it might
You
work.
can just either put my Twitter or LinkedIn. I think works.
Yeah, just give me a link tree if you have, and that would be good.
I don't have a link tree. I should have a link tree.
Yeah, you're a celebrity now, so
I'm not a celebrity.
all right. So yeah, we can do things right on amazing promotions, but yeah, we still have a lot of questions left. So apart from Adobe, which is your another favorite target, uh,
Amazon. Amazon. Yeah.
man, Amazon was really good during the H1 Cup. I had
Oh,
someone, I
yeah.
had
Right.
someone like, would you want to try? I said, why would I try, man? I'm not even invited to the cup. I'm not gonna play it, right? In the end, so why would I? He just said like, okay, it's alright. Just have a look on the program. Don't
Right.
hunt down it. Just review it.
Yeah.
After having a like sneak peek on it, I just said, there's plenty of things you can work with. It's not
Yeah.
only about web application. There is lot of
Uh,
assets there,
yeah.
right? I was fascinated onto that, but I was on few other work that I was really not able to work on it. But after a few time, I tried to play with very similar application to this Google Meet,
Okay.
and I had a particular bug that I can simply suppose we are having a meet of 1000 peoples,
Okay.
right? I can just send a file of 2 KB and
Okay.
everyone will leave with their memory corruption. Like everyone will leave because of pixel floods.
Okay. Got it.
And guess what they marked it?
Informative duplicate. I think duplicate.
Informative, man. It
Informative.
hurted a lot, to be
Okay.
honest. But still, I don't have expectations for it because see,
Why did they
uh,
mark it as informative? What reason?
overflow and corruptions are usually getting trashed. They are not very, like excessively common.
Right.
So
True.
they were having that it was the reason. Kind of agree to that reason that the reason of it crashing is the local device management. Like, see,
Yeah.
if I'm sending you something, it is getting in your chat box. In the end, you have to load it,
Yeah.
and your particular application is getting overloaded,
Yeah.
right? So
It-
their point is also right, but if you can take a look on from the other side, like we just talked earlier, you also have to take a look on from attacker side and from the triager side. So
yeah.
from the triager side, they was kind of correct. We can't prove them wrong on their head, like okay, it is not how it's work. I reported, give me bounty. We can't do
Right.
things like that. So from my side, I just tried to do a simple resolution. I just tried to tell them that okay, your point is valid, but just let me know what if you are making or what if executed. So we have to bleep it out. Obviously, we have discussed some it's critical information. You might report it as sensitive information disclosure,
Right. Yeah.
but yeah, that's the thing. So apart from Adobe, it's Amazon that you are working on right now.
Yeah.
So
Amazon has another private program which I wouldn't I mean mention it right now, but then I can mention it to you later.
okay, so there will be only disclosure between us. Okay, then nothing public. No need to report this.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. Now we are on one of the last part of our podcast. It's been almost an hour, 43 minutes as of now.
Okay.
So I have few things to ask. I'll just say what are the 5 tips you want to give us any bug bounty hunter to level up the game?
Uh, t- okay. Like if you're just getting into bug bounties, either have a disciplinary routine,
Hmm?
or join a pen testing firm because you'll start to learn how to work with deadlines, which
Got
is
it.
very important. Yeah, because like in bug bounties, if you're not the first one, you're last. Uh,
Yes.
yeah,
Hard
and
truth.
yeah, and pen testing kind of helps you get into that mentality of uh, getting as much as bugs as possible in a very small or like small time frame sort of scenario. Yeah.
What was the second tip for those who are already into bug bounties?
Uh, Look for a niche if you want to avoid
Yes,
duplicates.
absolutely.
Niche can be anything: JS, iOS, I mean mobile application.
Yeah, niche
Uh,
can be depended on type of web applications and also type of technology you would like to try
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and
For
type of
example,
things you want to hunt. Like, see, in your case, I don't know, right? I can't say your case. So in my case, it's like I love PAS, product based companies.
yeah,
I like to work with server sides a lot, and
right,
one of my favorite things to test is Next.js, Node, and React, along
right.
with focusing on to AEM and WordPress.
Okay. Yeah,
So that
that's so.
can be a niche. You need to be specific.
Right.
It's like you also have to know about other things. You can't be dumb like, okay, what is Drupal? No, no, it's not gonna work like that. Okay,
Right.
so
I mean, to be honest, now that you have ChatGPT, you can just ask the chat. Like
yeah,
all you
I
does
hate
is
ChatGPT for only one reason. You know what? It is starting creating a dependency. Like people are
ChatGPT.
really depending on it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
I
hate that
mean,
shit.
that's what I said at the beginning of the podcast, right? Like there is
Yes,
an overload of information. You need to start curbing it out or like skimming the information that you're getting. Only then you will
I
grasp
have
what you have to
I have a
grasp.
funny thing to say. Really, it's funny. I know someone. Okay, who takes their life decisions from ChatGPT.
Oh my god, yeah. It's
I have seen the chat history like, okay, should I take this as a career? Okay, but I don't want to take this as a career. Man, why are you just figuring
yeah,
out with this shit out?
yeah.
Both of them are
ChatGPT.
debating like best friends, and they're like, okay, now I'm sad. Should I drink to? What the hell, man? So yeah,
Yeah,
man,
that's
I hate ChatGPT.
yeah. He should probably get some help.
That's the
But yeah,
irony that I already made a video on ChatGPT. Like, okay, ChatGPT is a great thing, but in 6 months I'll be saying that I don't know that.
right.
Still, you can
Yeah,
take a look on that video. That's a good video.
yeah.
So what will be the third one? I'll just add the third one. Okay.
Five is a lot to be honest. I'm already struggling with three.
Okay. No issues. The three would be the main then.
Third one. What would I say? Third one.
Man, that's a deep silence.
I really can't think of it. I mean,
Observation is the key.
yeah, that's
I just mentioned that thing usually.
once you have the niche nailed down, you will start observing the patterns because
I
at the end
agree.
of the day, bug bounty is nothing but pattern recognition. So like once you have one thing sorted, the other thing will fall into place.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Uh, but yeah, to be honest, third, I would suggest like diversify. Don't just stick to one thing. Be it, I mean, I'm not talking specifically about skill sets, but if you're just hacking on HackerOne, don't just hack on HackerOne. Try to hack on Bugcrowd, Integrity. Because a lot of times, like for example, right now, HackerOne's triage is kind of slow because they have a surplus of reports.
yeah.
I mean, the average time has gone up, and they're trying their best to get to as much as reports as possible.
Yes.
But then it's still like if you're a full-time bug bounty hunter and you're looking for that regular source of cash flow, it's better if you also start submitting bugs on Bugcrowd Integrity
Yep.
where like the load is less so that there is some money if not any.
Yeah. One more thing to mention that also take a look on the non-popular platforms. They're also good.
Yeah, yeah,
There is not only
yeah.
five programs. There are not only five platforms. There's one platform specifically for Middle East somewhere like that, starting from
York,
T
I think
T O
it's
something. I don't know. I recently discovered it.
Yorkshire. Are you talking about
Not
Yorkshire?
Yogosha, man. Yogosha is quite famous. There is a
Mm,
platform I'll send you. I have the link in my phone right now,
okay.
but I'll have to check. It's from TO like 5 or 6 letter and .com.eu something like that.
Yeah, never heard.
All of us have issues of fish memory, so sometimes it happens to forget things. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I guess that was for it. Do you want to add something in the end?
No, I think I'm like whatever I had to mention, I have mentioned in these past 50 minutes.
Yeah. So I hope everyone enjoyed. Those who are watching, you Avinash, you have enjoyed the podcast.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes.
And yeah, for sure. So that was for the video. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you guys in the upcoming video. Have a good day.
Thank you for having me here.
For sure, man. It was our pleasure to have you here. So I guess that was for the video. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and see you guys in the upcoming video. And don't forget to take a look on all the links in the description.